This is where the fun begins.
And this is flying!
Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about Star Wars Squadrons. My main talking point is going to be learning and mastering the drift feature. Drift, in my opinion, is king when it comes to battle tactics. It will make you feel untouchable on maps that have debris or lots of coverage. Feel free to skip ahead if you only came to hear about drifting, but I did want to cover what I think of the game and some things to consider if you are on the fence about picking it up. So first off, this is a flight game. One could argue it is more like a flight simulator. I think it would have been really cool to include launching protocols and having to manually fire up your engines and engage takeoff, but even without it, it is still an amazing game. A good portion of players claim the game is mediocre or lacking in content, but I disagree with these claims. This is a flight game within a Star Wars universe, not a Star Wars game focusing on flight. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but the flight sim community that loves Star Wars are perfectly happy with how the game has been done. At least for the most part. I know I don't speak for everyone, but there are a lot of people who are pleased with this, myself included. It is truly incredible. The graphics and flight are stunning, and you feel immersed in the cockpit. Some don't like the decision for the cockpit-only view, but that gives you the pilot feel without the arcadey gameplay feel that third person kind of gives you. I wouldn't say the game had a rocky launch, compared to some of the other games that have come out recently, but there were a lot of users that were having issues with optimization. I bought the game through Steam, thinking that Steam VR would be the best way to go, and I can say that the VR optimization leaves much to be desired. I'm sure they will work to patch the issues, but the frame rate in VR does need to be tinkered with. In the last few patches they have worked to address this a little, and I have noticed the quality increasing. The game in VR is incredible, but I still choose to play it in 1440p with a higher refresh rate, and it is beautiful. I will say, being able to track enemies by looking around the cockpit is amazing. If you like this game, and you don't have a hands-on throttle and stick, get one. You can thank me later. Since they fixed the flight stick dead zone issue, I have absolutely no complaints, and I am in love with playing this game on my HOTAS. So that's what I think of the game. I absolutely love it. I was fully on board once they announced no loot boxes or microtransactions. I don't support cash grab mechanics unless the game is free to play. Some argue a game needs microtransactions so devs make more money and therefore make more content. But like I said, I only support that if the game is free to play. A good game will sell well. We saw this with Jedi Fallen Order. Most of us will happily pay for more DLC when we aren't plagued by loot boxes. Alright, so let's get into the drifting feature. It's highly recommended that you play through the campaign since it is just one big tutorial on how everything works. Some players dislike this and feel that it left the story lacking, but I felt there was plenty of story. The characters have great side stories that pull in pieces from other Star Wars games and movies, and I think that they did a really good job with it. I'm pretty sure they mentioned the dude from Rogue One who built the Death Star, they mentioned Pazak, and then one of the characters, Gunny, mentioned being saved by clones, which happened years and years ago, but I still thought it was pretty cool that they pulled those little pieces of information in. Kinda wrapped it up all nice and neat. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent. I liked it. One of these missions teaches you how to drift. I will admit it was super hard for me to figure out at first, but that was due to how the game explained it. To drift, you simply boost, and then while boosting, you hit the boost button again while turning hard. It's actually super simple, but the game mentions cutting the throttle, which you do not need to do. Pressing the boost button again automatically cuts back on the throttle for you and engages the drift. It was just a little confusing the way the game said it. During Mission 13, you really have to utilize drifting successfully to defeat the boss. I say boss because I don't want to spoil it for those who have not played it, but you do like a space battle with one of the characters from the cutscenes. Play this on Ace or Veteran and you will see that this guy is a complete asshole, and the best way to stay on his heels is by taking advantage of drifting. I honestly felt that my gameplay leveled up after defeating that level. This is where I feel you can put yourself to a greater advantage taking this into your dogfights or your fleet battles. If you've played this game already, I'm sure you have encountered some asshole in an A-Wing who is almost untouchable. I see him all the time. I hate Master A-Wing players because they're so damn good. Just let me be able to shoot you a little, holy shit. You need to try it for yourself though. I mean, look at this. Zipping in and out of debris is one of the best feelings in this game. Makes you feel like a Star Wars pilot. Best way to master this is just from practice. You'll most likely slam into some shit and blow yourself up, but as you practice more, you will certainly master knowing what you can and can't pull off. You realize what speed you need to go, when you need to hit that drift, and how much room you have, and that's the best way that you're going to get good at it, is just practice drifting in between debris when you're playing your game, and you'll start picking it up eventually. As you practice more, you will certainly master knowing what you can and can't pull off. My tip to you for being able to pull off a drift whenever would just to have all your power diverted to engines when you're not about to gun someone down. Then you'll always have a good amount of boost to fall back on. You can hurry up and switch full power into your blasters, and then you'll still save that boost reserve. It'll just slowly dwindle, so that way I have that boost for when I get the lock on or someone's on my tail. I usually fly Imperial Interceptor, so I don't have to worry about shields. Shields are nice and all, but you don't need them as much if the enemy can't stay on your tail and keep you in their line of sight. Especially easy to do on maps that have debris or asteroids. There's one map that you're just in the sky, nothing to hide behind, and drifting will still help you out, but not as much as when you have debris and some cover. So that's it, my friends. I know I didn't really have any good tips for you, except for just to practice, but that's really all you need. You just need to get the hang of it, know what you can pull off, and you'll be good to go. Overall, I absolutely love the game. Devs did an incredible job. I mean, it's obviously not the only tactic in the game, but I really think you should try it out. It's an amazing feeling just drifting in and out of stuff, not letting anyone get on your tail, or always shaking those lock-ons. Overall, I absolutely love the game. The devs did an amazing job. And the game might not be for you if you don't like flight-focused games or flight simulator types. But for me, I absolutely love it. I think they did good. They kept the price down, it had a nice story, and the gameplay, the cockpit, the immersion. I just thought they did a really good job on it. I think a lot of people expected more of a Star Wars-y game, but it's really more of a flight game with a Star Wars skin on it. But I really think you should try Mission 13 on the harder difficulties for some good practice. You'll see what I'm talking about. That guy is an asshole. I fully believe mastering this drift feature will give you the edge over your opponents. It might even help you become one of those untouchable A-wing assholes. You'll see them. And some of you are laughing right now going, that's me. What do you guys all think about the game? Are you loving it as much as I am? I am seriously having a ton of fun in this game. I really hope they decide to come out with more maps or DLC. I know that they said they planned not to release more content, but it is backed by EA, so we know how they are. If they see an opportunity for money, they're gonna take it. So hopefully they'll give us added DLC and content like we're all hoping for. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Throw a like up on it if you did. Let me know what you guys think of the game down below. I appreciate you all checking out the video. I should have some more Coder 2 vids coming out soon, so get subscribed if you want to be notified about those. Happy flying, my friends, and we will see you in the next one.